Well, we can talk about
Yeah, hi, this is Charlotte Pierce. I'm the president of Independent Publishers of New England and the producer of IPNE's Indie Office Hours. I sort of roll all the acronyms into one title, but we do call it IPNE Office Hours. And it's basically a drop-in session where you can come and talk about independent publishing, self-publishing, ask us questions about production, marketing, offer your own experiences, because as Bruce and I were just talking, we don't have all the answers. We're just like you. You know, we've just come together in this wonderful organization that I've been involved with for about 6 years. What's 2008 to?
I think 7 years. 7 years.
7 years, yeah, yeah. So, oh, Mandy, we have a fresh victim. Hi, I don't know if you can hear us, Mandy.
Yes, I can.
Okay. If you feel like it, you can put a lower third identification on your image and tell people who you are, but we'll have introductions here in a second. Bruce, why don't you get started? And
I'm Bruce Jones from Bruce Jones Design, and a graphic designer, book author, publisher, book creator, and a fellow at the show yesterday, which I know we'll be talking about, participants. So it was a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, he was Bruce the book guy. Mandy is dropped off, but we welcome her back. And anyone else, I put this on the Google Plus community. Bruce, are you a member of that?
Yes, yes, I am. Yep.
Yeah, we have 400 members on there now.
Oh, okay. I think it's.
I mean, that's pretty good.
You hear all these things about Google taking it away, but it does an awful lot of good stuff. And
yeah. I was telling someone, I think it's more, for me, it's more business to business or professional to professional. Look, like you kind of came.
Yeah, it's also you can legitimately stalk people if you want, but
yeah,
find people that you need to be in front of. You can follow them, and then you can slowly kind of build a relationship with them, and it's a very powerful. You know, along with finding Twitter and some other things, but it's a very powerful tool to do that. And plus, it's sort of the center of all Google properties. So if you're blogging and you're YouTubing and you're doing things, all of that gets funneled through there. And
like someone said, YouTube is the second largest search engine.
Yeah.
And also, Google is the largest. So then Google owns YouTube. So.
And if you post, if you build a network of people and you post content on Google Plus or YouTube or your blog, it's searchable immediately. And we've done some tests where we sort of post in one place and it's searchable in another place. And anybody that's in your network, you are immediately there. So if you're your own search stuff, it's really, really powerful. So
yeah. Well, I just, because you were so nice to come on the show today and you are so informative at all times, I just wanted to put your website up, and you do a lot of different books, right? I have
35 different books, and I'm also building a book course on how to make books, and then I teach all the time, and I just checked my stats this morning. 270 sales this month so far on my books. So
awesome. This month? Fabulous.
Month. Yeah.
So I mean, not to call you out on what you make, but the books, I mean, what sort of like percentage do you make on a book?
Yeah,
like on Amazon?
I tell exactly what I make on it, because I think I encourage people to do it. So last year I sold 3,600 books, and I made $11,000 on book sales. Over the at that time was about 30 titles. Now I have 35 titles, and just like any publishing company, I have a couple bestsellers. And then I have ones that sell one. So
yeah.
and there's a big in the curve. You can see the curve. And so my music books and my geography books, the books you have right now on the screen, those do very nicely. And then I have some sort of how-to play guitar, mandolin books, and those do fine. And
that was great. And then the blank sheet one, that was so cool.
That's my bestseller right there. That's the one right in the middle is my bestseller. That's 1,000 books a year I sell on that book. 1,000 copies of that book.
Yeah, I mean, but think that it solves a problem for somebody. Yeah. That's why you sell it. Yeah. They want a book that's nice looking, that has, they can bring to their lesson and write stuff down.
Yeah.
And this is a great book. It inspired me to want to learn guitar.
And that book, so some books are made from just the journey. So the chord book is made from my learning to play an instrument. And then I always look at my books as how can I spin out other books from that book. So you just see the left-handed chords right below it was somebody contacted me from Australia who was a left-handed guitar player and said, could you flip all this whole book, left-handed book? And I wasn't that hard. I use InDesign. And so that gave me another book. Blank sheet music is in the back of my current book. And then everything links to Amazon. So that'll come up here in a second. Yeah, there it goes. So I make blogs and websites where I promote a class of books. So I have a music one, and I have go to Acoustic Music TV, because this is the lesson I was talking yesterday about. Acousticmusictv.com. Go to that website.
Oh, okay. Is that yours?
Yeah, that's mine. Yeah, acousticmusictv.com.
And I know how to spell acoustic. I know how to spell acoustic.
But one of the things I was talking about yesterday at the conference with different people, and that was probably the big takeaway that I certainly took, was the challenge of marketing. But what I've done with this site, and I've done it with other ones, is to take the content from the book. So just go to links. I take every page from the book and put it on a website.
Oh my gosh. So you're like giving it away.
Give it all away. You give everything away. And then I run ads down the side. So you always reward the viewer, the person who searched on you. You reward their effort to get there, to get this chart.
Yep.
On it, they want that chart, you give it to them. And then if
they want, oh wow, that's cool. Yep.
Yeah, and if they want the book, they may not want a book. They just want that page. Okay, you got it.
That's fine. You've made their day.
You made their day. And I believe that internet marketing is the same as regular marketing. It's around 1%. So I need 100 people to come here to get them to buy one book. So I don't want to make the other 99 mad. So, and then
that is a great lesson. And that's one that guy Kawasaki always says, you're going to give away most of your first printing or whatever, your first book. You're just going to
give it away. And I think I had conversations yesterday with fiction authors, and one of them I mentioned, I said, take your entire book and put it up online, sort of chunk by chunk, every page. And she was like looking at me and she said, I actually did that with the first chapter and my sales went up. And I went, well, what if you put all the chapters up? I bet you.
Yeah. Well, we have a guy coming. I don't know if I told you this, Jack Rochester. He's got the Fictional Cafe, I think is his site.
Okay.
But he lives in Lexington, Mass. And he's coming to speak at the conference on podcasting. He took a book and podcasted the whole thing.
Yeah, I said that yesterday to people. I know a guy who took his entire book and videotaped the entire book. He sits at a desk and reads the book.
And I want to get a hold of that guy who came up. I can't remember his name, but the video guy.
Yeah. I'm looking at my cards that I pulled yesterday. I might have.
And he wants to help authors. Illustrate. It could be even, whether you're fiction or nonfiction, but nonfiction, I suppose, would lend itself more easily in the mind to doing that. But you can do fiction. You could do, I don't know, you could put together a video of outer space for a science fiction book, and
I mean, you can do,
and then read over it and have a nice little.
All these devices, all these things are free.
Mm-hmm.
All you need is either this camera, like we're doing right now. You can read your book using this exact right here, Google Hangout. Because you're broadcasting this, you could sit there and read. Okay, today we're going to read chapters. Yeah. We're going to read pages 58 to 62. And
that's what I've done with Face the Book TV, which I produce. I don't do it very often because I'm just like flat out doing this IPNE stuff. But you know, I had an author on. She had a new book. It was a really nice book, and I read it. So I actually read the book before. Like, not every reviewer does that. But she read a chapter, and it was really nice, you know, and I think she got a lot of mileage out of it. So I want to do more of that, you know, and I think it would be a great service for IPNE authors, you know.
I brought yesterday with me my coloring books. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Coloring books. And I've done a couple of them. I need to do more. I formed the online coloring book club where I sit on Google Hangout for an hour and I color pages from my book. And I
swear I'm going to drop in on that sometime.
Yeah. And I set up a blog, and I set up a Facebook group, and I have the pages so everybody can join. They can download the pages I'm going to be coloring that day.
Yeah.
Download the pages and then join me and we color. And it's just
and you show what you do. Yeah,
I color. I take this camera and I turn it
that's
down.
what people want. They want an interactive experience.
Yeah. And I give them direct, and I have my crayons, and we sit here and I go, and because it's, you know, it's sitting out there forever, I leave these pages up so people can go get them. So it's marketing, you know. It's,
right. Yeah.
So it's you got to think way out of the box and figure out what you can do.
Yeah, I don't have my photos from the Authors Expo uploaded yet, but
if you go, yes, there's 3 of them on my How to Publish Your Book Facebook page, the group.
Oh, okay. So on Facebook.
On Facebook, yeah. If you go to
okay.
And this is another thing I tell people to do is form a group around your topic. It's really powerful.
Yeah, your Facebook group is just buzzing, you know, and ours is picked up too, but we need more people to kind of come. And so I've been trying to put more useful stuff on it. And one of our members, board members, Brian Judd, is, you know, he's been posting kind of aphorisms, quotes and things, you know, useful things for publishers. And I think that's just giving it some depth, you know. Okay, so how to publish your book?
How to publish your book. Just search on that and you'll get it.
Right.
Shameful plug.
Oh, Bruce, you've been so helpful. I mean, yesterday you were a real champ at the Author Expo, and you know, you helped IPNE authors and you helped yourself. So that's what it's all about, you know. The quote I put on our name tags, you know, competition is the new, or collaboration is the new competition.
So those are, you can just
yeah, cool, great, good for you. Yes. Yeah, I talked to her, and
it's not the most flattering picture. When you do these things off your phone, you can't always see. But
yeah, I know, but it shows it's okay because people realize it's at an event and it's like that, you know. Right. But yeah, these are the books. Oh gosh, how can I get them on?
Oh, yeah, it'll come up. Then you can click through them.
Yeah. Okay. Then these are the books that were sent to us by people who registered for the conference to get extra exposure. Strangelit Journal is one of our active members, Leah Alani, publishes that. Then Kenneth Schwartz has the Essential Weight Loss blog posts. And I mean, is Essential Weight Loss, is that a well-known blog, or? I
don't know. I did a little session yesterday on titles. I was talking about titles, and what I find very often is the subtitle is often the title, the real title of your book. And so going through books and going, let's look at books and let's think about what's in, you know, the don't make theory. And
I think that turns me off, but I'm a sort of a publisher, you know, mindset. Maybe if I just wouldn't have put that title, but anyway, thank you, Kenneth, for sending your Malpractice. Paul Jansen is one of our really active authors, and he has a series of 3. We always encourage people to do series if they can, like Bruce was saying. Spin-offs are good, and you know, they're easier to write usually.
And Amazon loves series. They make a real effort that when you check out, if you have a series, they'll put up the other books and say, hey, you know, this author has other books. So
Right.
think about, can I take this book and break it up into chunks and sell it as pieces? So.
And mine is the Pedagogy Handbook. Scratch is Paul's other book, but the Pedagogy Handbook, that's one of my imprints, Pedagogy books, and it's about peer learning and peer production. We have it's just the coolest thing I've ever done. You know, we get together every week on Monday at 1, and there's people from all over the world who participate. You know, usually as a core group, as usual, you know, like any organization, but there's a Mexico City, Italy.
The woman that was sitting next to us in the booth, she really took interest in your book a lot, and she kept picking up at it. And
good.
The woman that was right next to us and talking about that, how this has really, and she's, I guess, an English professor or she was a college English professor, and how much this peer stuff has moved into the regular schools. And
well, it's like a lot of kids just learn better that way, you know, and they, you know, when you're teaching, when you're presenting something, so it's just hard to explain the whole thing, but we do that every week. And I think part of our marketing has been that regular, consistent, every week, you know, we're there.
Right.
You know, and hi, Matthew. Hi.
Hi. Nice to see you, Bruce Jones.
How are you?
You hanging in there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hi, Charlotte.
Hi. You're looking good.
Thank you. It must be the heat.
Yeah, it's that glow.
They're paving the street outside my office. It's so hot. It's like,
sorry,
down here, and they've got the whole street. They have the trucks and the hot black top, so they're like, on the hottest day of the year, they're out there generating heat all over the place. So.
Well, my dad used to quote this old quote, horses sweat, men perspire, and women glow.
My grandfather did often a cloud of horse manure. So from the old farm days when, you know, horse manure was everywhere and you were, you know, off you went, and the dust that came up was horse manure dust. So he'd always say that, often a cloud of horse manure.
That's good. Yeah, I lived on a dirt road when I was growing up, but we did have cars, you know.
Right.
I know it's hard to believe, but we did have cars. Matthew, we're needing to know the progress on the People's Contract.
Oh wow. I have, as you know, I'm now on a calendar, you know, which you being expert publishers already will know the step I've taken in this, you know. I have
now on what kind of calendar?
Oh, well, you know, like a calendar, like, oh my gosh, the book is coming out September 17th, so.
Calendar, yeah. I thought maybe you had posed, you know, like.
Oh! Here's my book! Yeah, I've got an appointment for that, you know, like.
We should have our members do, you know, like sexy poses for a calendar.
With their books.
Yes. We won't go there.
No, maybe not. Yeah. I'm really working very hard right now. I decided I got into the web thing, right? So I have to have a web presence, and that's just, and you know, and I think, well, I probably told you I wrote a 6,000-word essay on the Declaration of Independence, thinking this is a great introduction to civil recourse, and I'll just define these words and talk about how pursuit means follow, but it also means prosecute, and consent of the governed. They're talking about civil recourse, and these are rights of man. That resonates with justice, which is rights of man, how they used to translate it according to a dictionary I have. Anyway, but 6,000 words is impossible. So I get to the website part of it, and a friend says, hey, I'll host the site for you. So I wake up on the 4th of July and say, nope, it's going to have to be 750 words. And so I write a 750-word essay, and then that's too long. So I write a 250-word essay, but then that's still an essay. And and that's not the way people engage with the internet. So I'm having to dial in. So now I have title, subtitle, tagline, subtagline.
What is it? Can we look at it on the screen
But
share?
it's going to look terrible. Yeah, you can look on it, but it doesn't. Like today is the day I'm waking up to say.
This won't be in the New York Times, videos.
Sure, go to
So
www.thepeoplescontract.org. See if it comes up.
you don't need the W's, by the way. So if you can drop those.
Okay.
When you do your elevator speech.
Cool. Thank you.
.org.
.org.
And Bruce will have some advice because we've just been talking about his, how he breaks out the books that are on Amazon, and then he gives them away on his website, and then he sells them back to the people who've just gotten them for free.
I'm just trying to get the
country. We love the Declaration of Independence. Thank you, Ben Franklin and Thomas
Jefferson. And Matthew Hirschler.
Right on. Yes. Yeah. No. This is all tribute to them.
We have about 5 more minutes on this.
Here's the thing. I set it up, right? I set it up, and then I couldn't get a header thing working. So then a friend of mine said, "Well," and we'd been talking about maybe doing a web design thing, and then he put it on Genesis, but he didn't have any time, so I was messing with it, and I couldn't make it work. And then we picked a theme, but it was the wrong one when I went from the essay forum to the
right.
And then I started doing more research online, and anyway, so today is the day I have to solve this problem. I have to find another way to do it, just temporarily, just to keep the wall from caving in.
Today is the day that the web gnomes have made. Isn't that it?
So my suggestion would be, if you're just doing something temporary or even permanent, is just go use the Google Blogger blog, and just it's so simple, it's free. It's tied into the Google system, and you can have it up in the course of, about 4 minutes, and then just, make a series of posts, and it will work just fine. And
we were talking with who was that?
I talked to a whole lot of so many people yesterday.
There was a guy who was on the show a few weeks ago. Kutcher, David Kutcher.
Yeah.
The guy that wears the bow tie. And he was really promoting. He's a Google, not a Google.
Yeah. He's a huge fan, and I am too. I mean, I have a WordPress thing, but I also have a lot of the Google bloggers, because you can, if it doesn't work, you just delete and just start over again. You're not sort of stuck on.
Right. And you can easily export, and if you want to back up stuff, and it's.
Now, you say Google Blogger blog. Now, do you mean Google Plus business?
No. Google has a whole blogging platform they've had for years called Blogger. So if you just search Blogger, if you have a Google account, as long as you're signed in, you're going to go right in. You have a Blogger account, you just didn't know you have it. And
we have another friend here, Mariana Llanos.
Hi.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
And Mariana is one of our regulars too, and a member of IPNE, even though she lives in Oklahoma City.
I do, yes. Hello, guys.
Hello. Hi. What's the temperature back?
Thank you. Yes, it's been a while. What's the temperature here? I don't know, but it's hot. I tell you that we're getting really hot.
Yeah, it's bad in Boston too.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got your message about the conference. I think they've booked most of the speakers, but sometimes there are people who drop out, so I'll give you the name of the person to contact.
Yeah, let me know so I can organize my schedule.
Right, and we'd love to see you anyway if you can come to Boston. And Bruce, are you going to be at the conference?
I believe I am. I have a Saturday evening, but I'm going to try to do Friday, and then most of Saturday morning, and then go off to my other event. So
yeah, I'd like to do some hangouts and some office hours and some author events as a kind of a bonus for people, and maybe promote those in advance so we get more people to sign up. But if you're interested in doing those with me, I'd love it, and Mariana also, if you end up coming.
Sure, yes.
You're terrific. Mariana's one of the best author platform builders that I know, and her books are really good. She's got a series of children's books.
Yes.
Self-published and high quality, which is you know, a nice quality to have. Not always found it, but
No, it is tough when you're self-published and to find the resources to publish good quality books, because you know everything costs money, you know, as you know. So but I think I've become pretty resourceful, so where to find my things.
Yeah,
so
we're going to do another session on that, how to build your team, because I you know, it's taken me a long time, in spite of the fact that I preach it all the time, to get it through my skull that you do need to turn to experts to do stuff, even if you can do it yourself. You know, if you, as Brian Tracy says, if you're paying yourself $50 an hour, you know, to work, and you're doing something that someone else can do for less money per hour, faster and just as good, then you should do, you know, pay that person and do something that makes you, you know,
$100 an hour.
yeah, $100 an hour, or just makes you happy or something, you know, whatever. But yeah, I'd just like to wrap up. I tried to get hold of Pam Finner, who's one of the conference coordinators, but just to talk about the conference, which is our big event, and we are not just in it to make money and get people to sign up. We are, you know, we really, this is a great educational event. I'm really excited about the lineup that they've put together, and there's how much I owe for. Okay, stop. I just registered it. I tested out all the registrations, so I had to do that. And it's September 25th and 26th. IPNE.org is the site, and you will get right to the registration page if you click on almost anything. It's only $170 for members, and non-members are $195 for 2 days of stuff, and you get an annual membership if you're a non-member. So you get a free membership if you sign up as a non-member. If you register by August 17th, you get a free display ad in the conference catalog. That's a 1/8 page display ad. It's a typical size for a book ad, and very, very long-lived. We're also going to be putting it on our website and promoting it in other ways, and so the advertisers will get more value than just the print version of that. So I hope people come.
I was sold on that. That was
what?
a great blurb.
Oh, thank you.
I was sold on that. That's a great blurb. I'm planning on doing it. I just have to. I sent you know, ask us now or something. I'm all for it. It says the deadline is the 20th of August to sign up, and then you have another deadline as far as providing the art and stuff for the book cover stuff like that.
Right. I think that we moved it to the 17th so that the catalog.
Okay, 17th, and when's the art done?
I think she did say the August 20th for the art.
Oh, okay.
The sooner you can do it, the better. The less heart attacks that we'll suffer here at IPNE, and you know, we would like to live beyond the conference.
Carol, is it okay to market my my book publishing course? I can do that in the in that ad.
Absolutely, whatever you want to market, as long as it's, you know, a legitimate. You know, don't put in your you know, illegitimate. Yeah, that's right. And then after the conference, we have 3 book shows, and if you exhibit with IPNE as a member, you get a better rate. These cost about $500 per table, not through IPNE, but that's what we pay to get our table. And members can register for anywhere from I think it's $45 to $75 per book. And there's some prorated if you have more than one book.
Yeah, I think I received an email about that too, right?
Yeah, I'm sure you did. There's sent the newsletter out a little bit ago, and then
Yeah.
we'll be sending more reminders. But these have
Now,
individual.
Is that event separate from the conference, or it's tied to the conference only for assistance?
I'm sorry, I thought I was screen sharing and it wasn't. These three events. These are like, we call them the big three because, you know, booksellers, bookstores, Boston Book Festival is huge, and the Library Association. So they're independent events. They're not really tied to the conference at all.
Okay.
But if you do register for 2 of the 3, you get a 10% refund on all the books that you've registered, the basic registration fee, not the add-ons, because those are hard to track, you know, they're not for everybody. But the basic fee, so if you register for NEBA, the first of them, you get a, you do get a free catalog insert. So we insert a blurb about your book in the catalog. So it's like the 8th page ad for the catalog itself. But those, you know, especially bookstores and librarians, they keep those catalogs around, and it's really helpful. So what was I going to say? Oh yeah, if I were to click through on the registration, you could see what the discount. So Mariana, if you registered 3 books as a member, I've already registered. So I'm just trying to demonstrate. And there's affiliate member, IPNE member. Gosh, this is like a lot of layers. And I went up to 4 titles, but you could do more if you just initiate a new registration. And here they are. So 1 title is 75, right? And 2 titles is not double that, it's less. And then, you know, so I think I took $40 off, or, you know, anyway. So 4 titles, 180. And this is a publisher's picnic. It's $85. It's there's a limited number of those. I think 8 is what we'll take this year. And one of our members, Steve Porter, who runs the Association for Rhode Island Authors and his own publishing company, but he will represent them in a luncheon of agents and distributors and bookstores, and it's like a speed dating thing. You know, they circle around to your table and you present the books, and people do really well on that. That's a really it's a great add-on. Author signing at the table. This is just at the IPNE table, and we'll have some spots for that, and then we give you an entry badge if you want to order one, or a free one if you volunteer. So I will. I'll stop talking about the events. It's all on IPNE.org, and thank you all for stopping by. And again, we are on every Thursday at 10. And if you're an IPNE member, you can go to our website, and we have a video hangout line where you can just stop by and say hello, or, you know, request a little conference. If we're available, we'll do that. So Thursdays at 10, and we'll talk about that some more. Thanks.